What is up, POW fam, and welcome to day 57 of Countdown to FIDE 100. My name is Paul Emmanuel Habaradas, aka Paul POW, and I am definitely in a rush to edit, or I mean to make this videos right now because today is under recording. It's May 28th, and then I only have 2 days before I head off to my Paul POW studios to compete in a tournament. So I need to finish this right now. Alright. The 1980 game, the decade 80s shows, the decade 80s have included new champions, Anatoly Karpov, Garry Kasparov, who else? I think Vladimir Kramnik or Viktor Korchnoi, I think. I'm not quite sure what are the best chess players in the decade 80s, but decade 80s is the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 7th calendar decade of FIDE, the International Chess Federation. Alright, this 1980 game of Karpov and Miles, we'll take a look about this. It's a 46 move game with tons of variations, but we're gonna find out how does this game go. Alright, let's get started. So Anatoly Karpov starts with e4 and very unusual a6. I don't want to blame him. I don't want to blame Tony Miles, but a6 is definitely surprising for a top player, or like for a chess master to start with. Yes, I'm not joking. The game starts with e4 and Anthony Miles starts with a6. I think he has plans. I think he's trying to fool Karpov, but I don't know. What? And the game continues with d4 and b5. Now he has another plan. He's just developing the sides and not the center. And isn't that a violation of the golden rule? It's like control the center, develop knights before bishops, and castle early. But I think Miles had plans. So knight f3, bishop b7. Okay, now that's his idea of developing a and b pawns for bishop b7. But I think a6 is unnecessary. There goes bishop d3 and then knight f6. Now it goes to what you know and love. Golden rules in development. And the queen goes to e2 and then e6. And Kasparov, it's like this. They're just definitely the same. Kasparov and Karpov. a4 for Anatoly Karpov, and Miles goes with c5. Yeah, I think it's a bit fine for the development, but it says the batter is b4, e5, knight d5, castles, knight c6, knight c6, g3, d6, a5, bishop e7, knight bd2, and the position gets to show that it's gonna be equal. Let's see the openings book. Nothing? There's no openings book and live book. What is this? Alright. Back to c5. There's d takes c5, and white's position has now a slight advantage after a takes b5, a takes b5. So they're having problems in this this file, so they have to exchange it. D takes, bishop takes, knight bd2, knight c6. So by the way, now I realize the problem why this software isn't responding. It's because of my in-between video exporting. That's why it's working like normal right now. So if he takes it, knight bd2, b4, e5, knight d5, knight e4, bishop e7, castles, and Miles mistaken with knight c6. I have no clue what's the point, but he could have done queen c7, bishop g5, knight c6, bishop takes, king takes e7. Okay, I think that seems interesting. That in fact that the rooks are now ready to be in the center, but king e7 is a bit dangerous because the king cannot go there because of the check by the pawn. Back to knight c6, there's bishop d2, another mistake of Anatoly Karpov. I mean, that's the first mistake, after all, of Karpov. Okay. And continues with, if the variation goes bishop g5, f6, e takes, knight takes, rook a d1, knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes e7, and bishop takes e4. Openings book has nothing to say, and the live book has nothing to say as well. Alright. The mistaken of bishop d2 continues the game with queen c7, c4, b takes c3, en passant. Yes, it's en passant. Like poof. Knight takes c3, knight takes bishop, knight b4, bishop takes b4, bishop takes b4, rook a c1, queen b6, bishop e4, castles, knight g5, h6, bishop h7, king h8. Interesting that he doesn't like tries to take this and goes for a check. I think there's a problem with with g6 trapping the bishop as well, but it also attacks this, so it's like a double attack. I think it's a problem, but I don't know. So bishop h7, king h8, bishop b1, and Miles goes with bishop e7. If he tries to take it, it's game over. Check, king, checkmate. So good thing he doesn't take this, and it goes bishop e7, knight e4, rook a c8, and queen d3. Yeah, it's not that one. He can go with rook cd1, rook c7, knight d6, bishop d5, queen d3, g6, queen d2, bishop g5, a5, and queen c5, and it will make the position equal. But Karpov needs to move the queen if that's the continuation. So he goes queen, tries to offer, but oh my. Alright, back to queen d3. Anthony Miles has the better advantage with rook takes c1. Yep, they exchange, and then queen takes b2 and rook e1. Another mistake for Karpov. He can simply do rook d1, bishop c6, knight d6, g6, queen d4, queen takes, rook b8, bishop d3, and king g7. And yeah, it was indeed that black will still remain a better advantage, but it lowers the ply or something, the PLY. I don't know what's that PLY. What's PLY in chess? PLY in chess. Oh. For example, in standard chess terminology, one move consists of a turn by each player. Therefore, a ply in chess is a half move. Thus, after 20 moves in a chess game, 40 plies have been... So it's 0.5, I think? Have been completed. 20 by white and 20 by black. So, it's like... I don't know. 5 ply would be 2.5 moves. Okay, interesting. I just researched it. Okay, back to rook e1. I think it's a blunder or something, but because with this queen takes e5, Tony's now winning, and white has a threat of queen takes d7, but apparently it's a mistake. It's going on to Karpov. He can just go rook f1, queen d5. What? Queen d5, queen takes, bishop d3, rook b8, knight c3, bishop c6, and bishop takes a6, and black is going to win this position with negative 28 ply. Okay, now it's ply. I don't know, is it evaluation bar with this minus 2.55? I don't know. Alright, this bishop b4, black is now winning, and then rook e3, queen d5. Better is queen b2, bishop d3, bishop takes e4, rook takes bishop c5, rook e3. Ooh. He tries to take it, but before we see it, let's make it the main line. Queen c1, bishop f1, and bishop takes e3. So black is going to win, and he goes takes king h1, and the queen can go anywhere he wants, and he tries to go here, but he can go back to king g1. So with this bishop e3, he can take it, We can go queen, but it's gonna be over. Black is gonna win. Alright, queen d5 is the move. And then he not sacrifice. They just exchanged. And then knight c3, rook c8, knight e2, g5 h4, king g7, h6 h6, bishop d3 a5, rook g3, king f6, rook g4, and bishop d6. Now he has bishop pair for Miles, but for Karpov, he has a bishop and a knight. Better one is rook c5, king f1, bishop c6, bishop b5, bishop takes, a takes, rook takes, knight c1, and bishop d6. And black's position will have a slight advantage. Black's position is gonna win here. We're almost there, by the way. The continuation with bishop d6, there's king f1, so black goes down from winning to a better position. And then bishop e5, king e1, rook h8, f4. And takes, knight c, bishop c6, knight e2, rook h1, king d2, rook h2, g3, bishop f3, rook g8, rook g2, king e1. And yeah, he can also go. The good thing with king e3, he threatens this, and if black goes bishop b5 and then bishop b5, bishop b5, bishop b7, knight f4, rook h2, knight e2, rook h1, rook d8, rook a1. Yeah, it's good and all, but he can also go knight. He cannot take it because wants to go here, but he can also go bishop c7, bishop b2, bishop c3. He cannot here, by the way. So yeah. So with this king e1, Miles, however, made a mistake with bishop takes e2, trying to exchange. He now has a bishop pair, so it's losing a bishop pair. He can just go bishop d6, rook c8, rook h2, king f1, bishop b7, rook c2, not there, rook c2, rook h1, king f2, rook a1, and he can go bishop here. And if he tries to go here, we're talking. Okay. So this bishop takes e2, he takes it, and rook takes rook a8, bishop c7. However, this mistake could have been fixed if it's not bishop c7. Instead, it's rook a3, bishop b5, bishop c3, king e2, king g5, bishop d7, bishop b4, rook h8, rook a1, and black is going to win. However, in this position, Anatoly Karpov resigned in a dramatic fashion because this crazy one, wow. You can also, in the variation, I mean, if the game would have continued, there's bishop b7, or b5 rather, rook g7, rook a7, bishop b6, rook a6, bishop c5, king e2, bishop b4, rook a7, and rook g8, and it can go down from black having a better position into a slight advantage for black. Wow. This is a dramatic fashion of Karpov and Miles battling out in the... what is this? Oh, it's just your European Championship? I don't know. Alright, let's conclude this. Thank you so much for watching POW, and be sure to subscribe and become a Patreon member at patreon.com/PaulPower. Also subscribe to my vlog channel, POW Vlogs. Follow me on Twitch, Paul Habaradas, X Paul Habaradas, TikTok Paul Habaradas, Instagram Paul Power YT, Threads Paul Power YT, and Facebook Paul Power YT. Join the Discord community and click the link in the description to get 20% off when you buy either Essential or Pro on Chess Mood. I'll see you tomorrow for the countdown to FIDE 100. And what is this? I don't know what day is this, but it's... oh. Hold up. This is day 57. Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.